do? And welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Kurt Steele. I'm happy to be back from vacation, man. Thanks to my fellas, man, Mike and LF for holding it down last week. Had some fun with the family, but back to the grind, baby. On today's episode, we discuss how the Lions season is not over. So please come off the ledge. But first, do us a quick favor. Like the video, share it with other Lions fans like yourself. If you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 3,000 subscribers, and we are currently at 2,581. Now it's time to bring in the fellas, man. Y'all know them. Y'all love them. Y'all hung with them all last week. It's the ladies' pet, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. The curator and creator of the T-shirt Tupperware exchange program and Thursdays on Instagram. LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
What's up, everybody? Happy or good Wednesday morning.
Man, y'all know it's hump day, baby. And who better else to have on the show doing hump day but the hardest working man in Jackson, Michigan, cooking meals, coaching kids, giving out fades and cutting fades. It's who?
Yeah. It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, if you're new to the channel, you don't know how the show works. We look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, and takes. If we agree, we say they are balls up. If we disagree, we say they are balled on. We give our reasons why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here, just our true thoughts and opinions about what's happening with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. Man, rough week last week, man. I was on the cruise last week watching the game in my cabin. I was like, man, this is it's getting rough. The waters is rough on the sea, and the waters is rough in Ford Field. But I took some positive things away from that game.
I thought you was gonna say I took some Dramamine.
Nah, man, I don't need all that, man. I don't need all that.
No, just because you're talking about the water. You're talking about the
water. but I would say this, man. It's something you can learn from. And it's one of those things where all hope was not gone. It was some big losses on that defense, though. Losing Aleem McNeil and Carlton Davis III, and it was just like, man, what else can happen? But you know what you do? You strap you lace up the cleat, you tighten your chin strap, and you keep going on. So let's look at the topics for today's show. All right. So Lions season not over. It ain't. So if you think it is, stop playing. Then we're gonna look at the decision by Dan Campbell that everyone's been talking about, from the Bills game, and Coach Jones is gonna, elaborate on that, and then we're gonna look at the Lions running back rotation going forward. We missed lost another big piece of that for, I won't say it's indefinitely because you can't say he's gone just totally for the rest of the year, but right now he's just out indefinitely with a MCL injury. So we're going to talk about what's going on with the Lions running backs after the exit of David Montgomery. So let me just say one thing, man. I've been saying a lot of stuff out there, man. People just jumping off a cliff. Oh my God, we lost to the Bills and now we're tied. We're still the number one seed in the NFC, 12-2. 12-2 is not a bad record. Hell, we still could have won that game against the Bills. The adjustments came too late. This is my opinion. You look at that game, man. I say definitely you look at it, and I'm saying, contrary to popular belief, man, and of a lot of Lions haters, because you see them all over Facebook, from the different teams in the division, talking about, you got exposed. How you get exposed? You got all these people getting injured. That's not being exposed. That's just getting hurt. I don't get that. It's not being exposed. A 12-2 team is not exposed when you lose a lot of these starters and depth pieces on your defense. That's not. I don't get it. And some of those SOL fans, is just waiting to say something bad. What I'm saying? Just always have a negative connotation about what's going on with the Lions. The Lions still have one of the most potent offenses in the league. And they still have plenty of quality players left on defense. You know what? Vegas don't think the Lions' season is over because guess what? They're 6.5-point favorites on the road in Chicago. That's almost a touchdown with all the injuries to the Lions, to the defense, they're still almost a touchdown favorite on the road in Chicago. So let's look at why the season is not over. Help is on the way, man. What's my man over there on Facebook? Country Wayne. He always talking about help is on the way. Well, help is on the way. He's a comedian, man. If y'all know who that cat is, look him up. Country Wayne with a K. Detroit will be getting some reinforcements back on defense in the upcoming weeks. If he has a chance to be back, his window has started. I believe in his Rakestraw window has started, but he's not ready to come back. But we could get Iffy back this weekend for the Bears game, and then you could see in this Rakestraw back for the 49ers game. At linebacker, Jerm is eligible to return from IR anytime. Anzalone could be back for that last week of the regular season, maybe most likely the first round of the playoff. You get Trevor Nowatzki could be back from the concussion protocol soon. One of the plans for the secondary, and this is what I read, is that you're going to move, if you come in and join Kirby at safety, move Branch back to nickel, and then Amik Robinson will slide to the outside to replace Carlton Davis. That's one of the plans right now. I'm looking at that. That's solid. That's a solid secondary. Because you look at Rick Robertson, Meek has plenty of experience playing outside. Played a lot out there at the Raiders, and I like Branch at nickel. We all know what type of player he is, and just because that's what the lineup will be, don't mean these guys won't rotate around. You can look at Iffy in the slot sometimes, or you can look at Iffy going outside because if we don't know that he played outside corner in college with his size and his speed, he can keep up with a lot of people. So don't just sleep on just think it's going to be one set defensive alignment in the secondary. And then one thing I like from head coach Dan Campbell, he said the Lions will play any type of way to win games for the rest of the season, right? And here's the thing. You look at this game that we had against the Bills, right? I think the Lions will have that focal point will be to pass the ball or run the ball, whatever the game dictates. And I think that the game dictated in Buffalo that we pass against those guys because Ed Oliver was killing us up front. Their defensive line is stout, especially against the run. So it should have dictated that we should have gotten a shootout a little bit faster. So I think that those adjustments on offense didn't come fast enough against the Bills defense, but because their secondary was compromised, and it took Ben Johnson too long to kind of just adjust and just go after those guys because we should have been going after them guys once we got down really 14-7, and it should have just been a shootout after that. I understand you don't want to abandon the run, but
should have went after him the moment you saw the advantage.
Yeah, so that was one thing I think it should have been happened. And the same thing need to happen on defense, man. AG got to make quicker adjustments to opposing offenses, man. It should have been a thing where they should have spied him. They should have spied Josh Allen a lot
out
faster than what we did. Yeah, it should have been out the gate because he was just standing back there. He was just moving around in the pocket. Or he moved the pocket to get himself out, and he was just finding open guys. He was directing traffic. It was straight old school backyard football for most of that first half with Josh Allen. He was just moving players down the field, getting open, pointing guys to open areas, and he was just playing backyard football. And you can't do that. You have to adjust that. And I think it would be AG's group will do that a lot sooner, make adjustments because we know the injuries, but they're not void of talent, man. We know some talented players on that defense, man. You still got DJ Reader. You still got Zadarius Smith up front. You still got Pascal and Anzarike up front. So I'm not jumping off the bridge just yet. Just saying. And then linebacker, you still got Captain Jack back there, man. And hopefully we should be getting Nowatzki back. And you still got Long and Quan Alexander back there. We got talented guys in that defense, man. They just gotta be able to make the adjustments and have to be. They've been in a scheme a couple of weeks now. I think it's just time for them to catch up to what AG plays, how he plays on defense. And then last but certainly not least, definitely on this topic as well, man. The Lions still the top seed in the NFC is still possible because guess what? They're the number 1 seed right now. Okay, so if the Lions win on Sunday, they have a 60% chance to be the number 1 seed in the NFC and an 86% chance to win the NFC North. they still control their destiny for the season. Even if they lose to the Bears on Sunday, they still have over a 50% chance. I think it's like 67% chance to win the NFC North. Even if they lose to the Bears on Sunday. So you look at these next couple of games, man, with the Bears and the 49ers. That's the type of games that we can take advantage of. Those teams we can take advantage of and go ahead and lock up the number one seed in the NFC. Because you look at the Eagles, they won last week, but they struggled a little. They struggled a little bit last week. So it's not just they played the Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh played them tough. So they're not, the team that's a world beater, man. They have their struggles as well, like any other team. So you look at this, but my bottom line is the Lions season is not over. They control their own destiny, and I think that Dan Campbell's not going to let this team just kind of just say, "Hey, we're done" or whatever. Right. They're going to go up and play to win. So, please come off the ledge. But I'm not saying that they're gonna win every game. They might lose another game. But at this point, if they beat the Vikings and the Vikings lose to I think the Vikings they play the Packers this weekend or something like that. So the NFC North is still in the hands of the Detroit Lions, and I think the top seed still can go through the Motor City. What you guys think?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give that a boss up real quick. I'm gonna jump in there real quick because I agree with everything you said. First off, I agree with you people who are just naysayers and they just so quick to be like, oh, y'all, this people just couldn't wait for something to happen to the Detroit Lions to be like, oh yeah, y'all this, y'all that, ignoring the fact that we have all these injuries. Like my dad and my uncle both text me. Yeah, I'm gonna call y'all out. My dad and my uncle both text me. They Seahawks. And my dad's a newfound Texans fan, but he's a Cowboy fan. He gonna say, what they both next man up. It's been next man up all season. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, and then they say with a little smirk in there, like next man up. Like, y'all please. But anyways, I just feel like the help is on the way. And this might be a blessing in disguise because teams, it seemed like the last couple of weeks, teams have started to figure out the offense a little bit. So we couldn't run the ball like you had told me, or you had mentioned LL in the chat. And I think this is a chance for us to use some of them weapons, right? We got so many weapons on offense. Now it's time to unleash JMO, unleash the real JMO. It's time for Sam Laporta to not get his quiet 100 yards, but it's time for him to expose some things out there. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe he lines up more in the passing, in the slide, in the shotgun, and we let Craig Reynolds or Vaki back there. This is an opportunity for us to actually get into more of the playbook before the playoffs start. So, that's just my take on it, man. But all the naysayers, man, all them people who just was waiting for the Lions to have some type of slide or downfall. Listen, we still the number one seed. Like you said, we still 12-2. And us having injuries is the only reason why we lost that game. So for y'all people who thinking, oh, they sliding, cut it out, man. Because if we was fully healthy, we'd be 14-0 right now, probably. Just saying.
I give you a boss up, Kurt. I don't know. I don't know all that stuff Mike was saying. Mike was saying some other stuff in there, but it's let them people go, man. They want to jump, let them jump. You know how it go. It happens all the time. It's nothing new, man. People gonna say stupid stuff. People gonna suggest stupid stuff. All that stuff. I don't like wins. I don't think there's a such thing as good wins. We needed a win. This is people, some of y'all's favorites out there from Woodward Sports and stuff. I feel like we needed that win and blah blah. A lot of people just change up their shit from week to week because they don't think people have good enough memory. So a lot of y'all should just shut up and just say this. I don't either just stop talking or just I'll borrow a quote from our friend Luke G. do your research. Don't be a chump. And I probably missed that up. But you know, a lot of y'all looking chumpish out there, just saying stuff for real. Because it's like, you know, it's just a lot of over exaggeration. And these were probably the same people that were saying that when we were 12-1 or 11-1 or 10-1 or whatever, that we're unbeatable. We're unstoppable. Can't nobody stop us. Nobody will run for 100 yards on us. Nobody will pass for 200 yards. You know, it's just hyperbole works both ways. So if you're going to be stupid one way, you'll probably be stupid the other way. And I think that's what we're seeing now. So like you said, Kurt and Mike, these people jumping, let them jump, man. We'll see them again or whatever. You know how this shit goes. You know how this goes, man. But to y'all out there, just, you know, if y'all want to be stupid, just be stupid. But at least just raise your hand and say, hey, I'm being stupid right now. And then say all that stupid shit you about to say.
Yeah, man. Shout out to man Luke G, man. I know we missing him, man. He's been, you know, got that new baby, you know what I'm saying? You know, some months old, but you know, don't, you know,
right.
yeah, but yeah, he always said, please don't be no chump. Do your research. So he always was up there. So shout out to my man Luke G. We ain't seen my man Luke G in a while. We got to have him on the show, man. But hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. All these things help us with this Lions content, man. Helps us get this more content to everyone else out there who like the Detroit Lions, man. If you like the Lions, man, just tune into the show. If you don't like the Lions, tune into the show anyway, man. Because we're gonna give you the right information. We're gonna give you our 2 thoughts and opinions of what's going on with our favorite team, because that's our favorite team. If you're a Lions fan and you want to talk about your team, our team, come right here to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, because we're gonna give you the real how we really feel about what's going on, man. But you know, we got some people who was out there and they was tripping up on MCDC, man. But Coach Jones, man, talk about the decision, man.
Man, people have been, you know, people want to point to that decision as being the reason why we lost. You know, if you are a sometimes Lions fan, like I'm a Lions fan this year because they 12-1, or if you are an outsider trying to wait on the Lions' downfall and trying to find something, then you point this whole thing to MCDC's decision to kick the ball. Where it was like 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something like that when he kicked it.
The onside kick, yeah.
He kicked 10
minutes or 12 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
12 minutes or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and people saying, "Oh, he playing Russian roulette with the kick." No, he wasn't. Like, stop it. Like, stop it. He was not playing Russian roulette with
he kind of was.
You know, because at the end of the day, y'all acting like we could stop Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all acting like we could stop Buffalo, like we could shut Buffalo down. Like, oh yeah, we can play this good defense. They score 48 points. And if you take that touchdown away, they still score 41 points. So no, we couldn't stop Buffalo. And it irritates me a little bit when people try to point to that one decision, because there's a lot of things in that game that went wrong. You know, Amon-Ra dropping pass, which I still think, you know, my man got his hand in there a little bit when he was corralling it. And he took steps, and I believe he knocked it out after. And then, you know, Jared Goff was off target and, you know, things like that, man. But looking at that one play and trying to point to that play, it's just idiotic, man. And it's not knowing football, really. But the defense couldn't stop the Bills, man. And it honestly, it wouldn't have been that bad of a decision if they didn't get it down towards like the 5-yard line or something like that. And it basically, if they would have recovered the onside kick at midfield, people probably wouldn't be so down on that decision as they is. But since the outcome of it, you know, he got that lucky tip and all that stuff, just since that happened, now people jumping on the bandwagon of, oh man, he lost the game, man. That's y'all coach. That's Dan Campbell. He playing Russian roulette. He playing craps. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, be for real. Because like I said, at the end of the day, show me one stretch of the game where we was stopping Buffalo. Where we was confident, where we was like, oh yeah, we about to stop them.
Did they punt like? I think they punted once. Yeah,
they
scored on every try.
We got them to punt and then we fumbled it. So
Yeah, so Dan Campbell's
we
whole
stop them.
thing was we can't stop them. We're gonna have to steal a possession. That was his whole thinking behind that. We're gonna steal a possession, and why? And it's better to him to do it in the beginning of the fourth quarter than to wait until the end of the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like go for your gamble early. Now that you know you either got it or you didn't, you can still play the rest of the quarter according to instead of waiting until and having it on the line for the last play. You know what I'm saying? For the last series, the last drive. So that was that whole thing, man. So was it a risky decision? Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, he lost y'all again. No, come on, man. Stop, man.
Mm.
I hate that bullshit, man. Like, stop, man. Y'all so quick to jump down Dan Campbell's throat when he does anything. But y'all didn't say nothing about him being like, oh man, y'all win these games because Dan Campbell's coaching. Like, and it's like, but I was like, you can't take one part and then just ignore the other. So with that
Mhm.
being said, how do y'all feel about this decision that he made? Because people just trying to jump off the ledge with it, just like Kurt said with the
Yeah,
with the loss. People just ready to
yeah,
jump off ship.
yeah. They really ready, but I'm gonna let LL go last because I know he got something interesting to say because he already had to say
Yeah,
anyway.
I seen him
But
shaking his head and all of that.
but like you said, man, many people think he made a bad decision. Here's my thing. I think he was trying to keep his offense. His best unit was on that game was the offense and how they were passing the ball, what they made the adjustment. So, um, I mean, I think the mistake they should just let Holland score on that onside kick. Just let him score. That way you're not running any clock. Nothing else is coming off the clock. Because you got the Bills another chance to run a play. I know it was only one play or something like that, but you keep a little extra time on the clock for yourself if you let Holland just go into the end zone. I understand why people are second guessing and why he's second guessing, but I think it was a smart play. Like I said, he was trying to keep his best unit on the field that game, and that was the offense because the defense couldn't slow down Josh Allen and the Bills offense, man. Josh Allen is an absolute monster. I think, and I said it earlier in the show, I think the biggest mistake for me wasn't the onside kick. The biggest mistake for me was not getting in the shootout quicker because their defense was so compromised in that secondary. Guys were going down left and right. So get into the shootout quicker and you give your team a chance to win that game. I think getting into a shootout because neither defenses were stopping anybody in the pass game. They were shutting us down. They shut our run game down. It was the pass game they couldn't stop. So you go out there and you just throw the ball. And I know we don't like Jared Goff throwing the ball a whole bunch, but he did his thing. I mean, 5 touchdowns, almost 500 yards passing. They couldn't stop. They couldn't stop JG. So and they couldn't stop Amon-Ra St. Brown. So what can you do? You put your best unit on the field, and I think Dan Campbell was trying to get his best unit back on the field with that onside kick. But what
I,
you
I
got?
just that's probably one of the first games that Jared Goff has ever threw 59 passes, and he didn't throw no interception.
He was slinging that thing. So, all right, what you got, Ella? Because I know you got something interesting to say.
Nah, I just, I feel like we all are, I don't know the right way to say this, but are participating in revisionist history or whatever it is, or however it goes. But, Coach Mike included, we all had some negative things to say about Dan Campbell after that onside kick. But of course, hindsight is 2020, and I'll admit it myself after seeing other people, speak about it and give different perspectives. I don't hate it as much anyway. I thought that I tweeted it, texted it everywhere. Dan Campbell is about to cost us the game, and the only reason why I said that is because you can't surprise nobody with it no more. So it's like look out for the onside kick. It wasn't a bad kick. I thought that I'd agree with Dan Campbell initially that it took a weird bounce, but it bounced right to Mac Hollins. You see it bounce right over the Lions person hand and right to Mac Hollins, and he take it down to the 3. Of course, nobody expected or wanted him to take it down, or to the 5 or whatever it was. Nobody expected him to return it like that. So of course we can all hate the decision afterward, or feel different about the decision afterwards or whatever. One thing I like to point out that kind of changed a little bit of my opinion on it was Bill Belichick. He was saying that if I think it was Tim Patrick, he said if whoever that was who handed the ball went over, if he hits Mac Hollins and Alliance play. That was the strategy. Like to hit that guy and then whoever that is, recover the ball. We having a different story, and then regardless if we stop them, it's a whole different story. All of that stuff, everything is, it's a big old if sandwich. Ifs was fifths, we'd all be falling down. All that kind of stuff. But I yeah, you got to live and die with it. That's the more so of it. So if you celebrate it when we win, you got to celebrate it when we lose. Another thing about the onside kicks, both of them were not bad kicks, and I think we recovered that second one. Of course, why I shouldn't say that because whoever on the pile, whoever at the bottom of the pile with it recovered it. So good job, whoever the hell you are, number 7. I don't remember your name, but I think it was whoever. I don't care. But it wasn't a bad kick. It was not a bad kick. So let's give Dave Phipp and Dan Campbell some credit for that. Neither one of these were bad kicks. Yeah, it was we can't surprise them no more. All of that stuff. And we still could have maybe recovered both of them. Even if we didn't recover both of them, we still probably could have. And I've been saying all week, probably should have won this game. So, however you got to look at it, I don't care. Jump off the ledge, stay there. You're sorry, sons of guns. But whatever, man. I don't know.
I mean, we acting like Buffalo some chumps.
Right.
They're the only team to beat the Chiefs. They're the only team to beat the Chiefs.
But
yeah, Buffalo ain't no punk, man. So hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans, just like yourself. So happy to be back with my boys right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for a game debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. All right, my man LL is going to talk about this running back rotation coming up in these upcoming weeks. What you got, man, with Demo going down?
That was a blow, man. And it's I don't know. I blame myself for this. I blame retrograde or metrograde or whatever that we can out there. Because it's, I've been speaking of David Montgomery all year, and I just had a good little whatever about him on the line. He's been to this, he's been to that. He might need to have more carries. He might need to do this and yada, yada, yada. And then the universe said, sorry, sucker, and tossed us a curveball. But, Montgomery's going to be out for the foreseeable future. Everybody's reporting he's out for the year, but if you're familiar with sports injuries or whatever, I don't know these people's bodies, of course, but MCLs, meniscus is usually a much shorter recovery time because depending on how it is, they can either clip it out or whatever it is, and you can be right back doing whatever you're doing. So maybe we'll get him back sooner than expected. I personally would just, if it ain't right, just let him. We'll see you next year, man. We got some guys that can, they can run it. And that's pretty much it. I truly believe that Jahmyr Gibbs can handle it at running back 1, as a starter, I should say, and getting the most carries and getting the most touches and things like that. We do have guys that probably fit better as backups. That helps everything fit into perspective. You got Craig Reynolds who can run the ball and can catch it and, got a little wiggle to him. You got Vaki, who got all of the same. He's just a little bit bigger than Craig Reynolds, and he can block a little. Craig Reynolds can block as well too. Let me not do that to him. But I guess just in respect to Jahmyr Gibbs, just put a little respect on our friend's name. In a couple of the games the couple of games we've seen where he had to be the feature back without David Montgomery, meaning David Montgomery did not play in that game at all. There was a win against the Falcons, 17 carries, 80 yards, no touchdown. 1 catch for 2 yards, and that's 18 total touches, 82 yards. That was the first game. I think that was like week 3 in his rookie season. Pretty good, right? Next one of those was the loss to Baltimore. Yeah, it was a loss, but here we go. He was the only one to score in that game. He had 11 carries for 68 yards, 1 touchdown with a long of 21 yards. He had 9 catches for 58 yards, and that's 20 total touches, 126 total yards. Sounds pretty good to me. Next one of those games was a win against Vegas. He had 26 carries, 152 yards, 1 touchdown, and long of 27 yards. 5 catches, 37 yards, 31 total touches, 189 total yards. Sounds even better with that one, right? So, I believe that Gibbs can do it, and of course, I like the nicknames. Of course, we got Sonic and Knuckles. We've been seeing both of them been posting pictures about how sad they are about that. But then Jahmyr Gibbs posted, if we just talk about posting pictures here, he posted a Supersonic picture. And if y'all grew up playing Sonic and all that kind of stuff, I had the Sonic and Knuckles when you flip the thing back, you can put Sonic 3 in there and all that. I'm an OG when it comes to that. We got supersonic. So we want to see, that main turn to supersonic. Supersonic was unbeatable. I don't remember the code. I never knew the code, but everybody, it seems like all my friends knew the code and would come over and put the code in for me. So I appreciate my friends. So we about to see the code get put in for supersonic. He about to tear that thing up. So we will see Vaki, and I believe we will see Craig Reynolds, but I'm okay with our friend Gangster Gibbs running that thing and catching that thing. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, definitely bossed up on that one, man. Yeah, I know who I was, man, because you said you always bringing up LL how excited I was when we
Yes.
got Gibbs. I was excited. I watched him at Alabama. He was a 3-down back in college at Alabama. He was one of their top receivers, and he was their top running back. And I'm sure he can handle the load as being the running back one. I think Gibbs offers a level of speed and power that Demo does not. You could do more in the passing game with Gibbs. Not saying I don't. Demo is not a good back out of the backfield catching the ball, because he is, but he doesn't have that level of speed that Gibbs has. And I think that I think, to me, I'll be honest with you, he has the most production at running back for the Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, he does. I mean, I think he's top 5 in rushing this year.
Yeah.
So
it has 100. I think he number either 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And he has 100 less carries than I think everybody on that list, or something like that. So
he's a very productive back. So I like what I'm getting out of Gibbs. Supersonic is what you're saying. I think nothing changes for going forward with Gibbs, except for his uptick in snaps and touches. I think Baki and Netflix can spell Gibbs great. And I just think the player who shows the most upside will be that RB2 until Monty can come back. But I'm not worried about the running back rotation at all, just because of the production that Gibbs has and what he can do on the field. So I'm not worried about that running back rotation at all, man, because what he offers in the passing game, in the run game, out of the backfield, he can hit those gaps. I think the Lions offense is going to be more pass heavy going forward anyway, because we're going to have to get in the shootouts to keep our defense, saying it's going to be the best, sometimes the best defense is the offense. And I think our offense is going to have to shoot people out until we can get some help back on that defense. So what you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah, man. I give it a boss up. With one caveat, one little thing is like, I want Jahmyr Gibbs to get more increased touches, but I don't want him to do it at the rate where he gets wore down. So I want him to stay fresh for the playoffs, man. So Vaki and Reynolds, I agree. They're gonna probably get like I said, man. They're probably, I share with y'all, they're probably split 12 to 14 touches between the two of them, man, just to kind of spell Gibbs a little bit, just and not because Gibbs can't handle it, because Gibbs can handle it. He's a 3-down type of guy, but it's just because of the injury history that we have around here right now, man.
So be scared of what you're saying. Be scared of what you're saying. Be scared is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying, man. There's no point in trying to prove nothing that, like, oh yeah, he can do it, because at the end of the day, how many players have we lost? So there's
We're
no
gonna lose
reason to be
more.
like, there's no reason to be like, he good, he good. I mean, I would say with caution. Yes, he has an uptick in his carries and touches and stuff like that, but don't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where now he a little dinged up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want everybody to go as healthy as they can into these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So but Jahmyr Gibbs is definitely he's definitely that guy. He can do a plethora of things, man. And I hope that we do tap into that, for the reason that I said in Kurt's segment, that we have to open up different types of different part of our offense that people haven't seen before, and that's good actually going into the playoffs, because now you don't know what to play defense with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I agree 100% with you, LL.
Jahmyr Gibbs split carries the whole season. Now he ain't gonna be fresh. Man, put him out there. He wanted to do
No,
it. He
I'm
posted
just
a picture of
saying.
Supersonic. Let Supersonic go.
I'm saying the way we've gone with these injuries, how we have gone.
Protect. You might as well start hitting the hooker.
You know
You
what
don't
I'm
want
saying?
Jared Goff to get hurt. You want to be fresh for the
You know
playoff.
what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's like don't risk your luck, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the curse of Poppy Lane. Let's just keep it real. This the curse.
So what if you run Jahmyr Gibbs 11 times and he get hurt on the 11th? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying.
I'm sorry. I take that back, Universe. I don't even want to talk about that. It's football, man. So I don't know, Mike.
Don't put that evil on Gibbs.
You sounded kind of scared to me, Mike. And
No,
I'm joking,
I
of
am
course. I'm
sounding
joking,
kind of
of course.
scared.
But I
I'm
ain't joking no
scared
more.
that
You
we're
admitted to.
gonna lose even more. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do agree with you, LL. He does need to get more carries and more touches. I agree with. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't give him all the damn touches.
I ain't saying that neither.
That's what I'm saying. Just don't give him everything.
Give it to him.
You know
He
what I'm
won it.
Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video.
Nigga making me mad.
Content, man, just like yourself. It's a spirited conversation today, man. Hey, we appreciate you joining us right here on the Boss Up All Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Make sure you follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. My man, Coach Jones, does a great job with his Wolverine Sports Talk. He's going to do some shorts over here on this channel as well. So new content coming from Coach Jones over here on this platform as well. I post content from this channel on all of my social media platforms. And you know how LL gets down because it's Thursday Eve right here on Hump Day on the Boss Up All Out podcast, man. Hey, time for parting shots for today's show. LL, what you got for the people on this Hump Day, baby?
Man, happy Wednesday, y'all. Enjoy your week, man. It's after a loss, man. So what? I mean, we lose, man. We lost one, and we all thought we was gonna lose more. So, here we are. Let's not all start saying the most ridiculous things that we can think of. We had a lot of faith in this team. Don't let that faith, seem to disappear at this moment. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying to think, all of the same things, but like I said, hyperbole works both ways. A lot of people who thought, we unbeatable at 11-1 is now, at 12-2. It's we gotta save players for the playoffs. So you know how it go. Have a great Wednesday.
All right, what you got, Coach Jones?
Yes, sir. I just want to say happy Hump Day, man. It's the middle of the week, man, and I kind of feel like LL, man, like y'all just been waiting for the Lions to have a little step back, and y'all got it. Now y'all trying to run with it. We just gonna see what y'all talking like in about 6 weeks. Okay, in about 6 weeks, we're gonna see if y'all got that same energy. All right, if y'all got that, the wheels is falling off, they got exposed. We're gonna see where you at. I just leave it at that. Don't bring your ass to full field.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Keep talking. Hey, for me, man, I'm happy to be back. Like I said once again, man. Thank you to my man, Coach Jones, and LL for holding it down last week while I was on vacay. I got another one coming up in January, so they gonna be back at it again. So hey, but make sure you tune in. Check us out Friday. Got a live coming up, and then on Saturday we do our preview show for the game. So keep coming back for this content, man. Hey, enjoy your hump day, man. If you're having a good day at work, make sure you spread that joy to someone else. If you're not having a good day, please sit down and don't take someone else's joy. But whatever you do in life, because you know what you got to do for Kurt Steele, you got to boss up, fall out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.